The brain box, the spot to get you hot, motivated, educated, money generated. The brain box, place to take you higher, get you inspired, keep you lifted, show you gifted. The brain box, place to take you higher, get you inspired, keep you lifted, show you gifted. The brain box, motivated, educated, money generated. The brain box. The brain box. What up? It's me, Magi Love of Get Lifted Entertainment, here with another episode of The Brain Box. As always, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to those supporting The Brain Box and Get Lifted Entertainment. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow on the socials at The Brain Box, The Brain BOXX, and Get Lifted Entertainment on Instagram. And also remember to check out that website, getliftedentertainment.com. So today we're going to talk about getting featured on blogs. Right now, I feel like this is a great opportunity to keep yourself relevant during the stay-at-home period for a lot of us. Blogs are very much still an effective part of marketing and branding yourself if you utilize them the proper way. So I just want to take the time today to provide some tips in regards to getting featured on blogs so that you're prepared and you increase your chances of being placed on different blog sites. So when it comes to promoting yourself, and again, remember the things that I discuss, a lot of them are interchangeable. I may refer to them in regards to artist form when it comes to music. However, put yourself in these particular circles when it comes to these topics and just twist it to fit you. And I'm sure that you will get some effectiveness out of the tips and things that I talk about. I'm almost sure of that because I've worked with more than just music artists, and we've used some of the same tactics. We just formatted them to fit the individual's brands and needs. So it's very important that you learn different ways to promote yourself or your music. If you want to make it in any business, it's not just the music industry. And getting yourself out there and getting featured on blogs is an effective way to promote and reach new audiences. Gaining support from music blogs or gaining support from blogs pertaining to your particular journey, it increases exposure, it establishes credibility, and it opens up those opportunities that you may have been seeking. And so it can be challenging to get featured on blogs. However, if you stick with it and you have the proper preparation, then I'm almost sure that this will work out for you, especially with the way we have to kind of interact with each other today, stay relevant on certain topics, stay relevant in regards to people, places, and things. Online is the place right now. You know, our online is outside. So try to take advantage of some of these tips that I'm going to talk about today. And I wish you all the best in your journey. And let's get right into it. So there's a few things that you want to prepare. You want to make sure that you have the proper preparation when it comes to reaching out to blogs. And before you submit your work, you want to make sure that whatever you're sending, whether it's music, it sounds good. If it's in regards to merchandise, you want to make sure that it looks good. Unfinished or poor quality work, it automatically turns people off. And that can cause you to be put in the trash bin. So be sure to make sure that the work that you're submitting to someone to post on their blog or feature on their blog, it's something that is appeasing to the eye. You know, it sounds great to the ear. Because if someone has taken the time to build up their audience in regards to their blog, the last thing they want to do is collab with someone and feature someone on their particular blog spot that isn't up to par, that coincides with their brand and their message and what it is that they're trying to deliver as well. So just keep that in mind. You want quality work all across the board. You also want to make sure that you have detailed information. And when I say detailed information, if it's in regards to music, you want to have the release date. You want to have a bio or some sort of summary in regards to your project. A lot of artists, they gotten away from submitting bios with their work or submitting summaries with their work. And keep in mind, people that run blog spots, especially if they have other things going on, plus trying to keep up with a blog spot, they don't really have a lot of time to write things out for you. So it's very helpful when you increase your chances if you submit your work with a piece of, with a summary in regards to it, with good artwork, so they don't have to go out and search for the artwork for whatever it is that you're providing. You want to make sure that you include, links to your streaming sites, links to your social media, contact information, and even better, why not just include an EPK, right? An EPK will have everything that I just discussed within it, and so therefore they can just open up that EPK. With the EPK, it makes things so much simpler for everybody across the board, for you and for the individual who's running that blog spot. And so remember, there are a lot of people that will feature your work on their blog spot for free. And so, I think it's only respectful to make sure that when you're submitting your work, it's properly submitted with very detailed information. Therefore, you're not taking up someone's time, or you're not taking the chance to hope that somebody will give you some of their free time that they're already giving by posting your work on their site. So keep that in mind, that a lot of bloggers are very busy, and it makes it easier for you to send detailed information. When it comes to music submitting, I found that if you submit blogs, and also to DJs, like if you provide them with exclusive music, they like to feature new music that is exclusive to their platform. Bloggers want to be able to drive up that traffic and increase visitors as well. So if your music has if your music is exclusive, it has a better chance of being featured if it's a new release, unreleased, exclusive to their publication, or never been published before. And so the same thing with any other piece of work. Like if you've taken a photo shoot in regards to, let's say, a model, and you haven't put those pictures out there, but you reach out to certain blogs and you're like, I want you to exclusively feature this. I haven't posted these pictures out there. I would like to collab with you so that we can try to, build the exposure not only around myself, but in regards to your blog as well. I mean, that definitely increases your chances. And so when you're submitting any type of work, you want to make sure that instead of, if you can, instead of sending files, because files can tend to be big, and emails will sometimes, depending on how big the file is, emails will sometimes detect it as spam, and it'll go into a spam folder. And so the way you can create different links is you can always create like a Google Drive or a Dropbox or something of that nature, and they provide links that you can share with individuals. And if you want to make them private, or if you want to make it to where only the individual who got the link can view whatever data or material or media is in that folder, you can do that as well. So don't be afraid to send those links instead of sending files. That way your work is not considered spam. Now remember, last topic I talked about first impressions when I spoke on word of mouth marketing. So when it comes to bloggers, blog spots, website features, magazine write-ups, first impressions really matter. you want to make sure that you carefully proofread your music submission when you're submitting it. I know for me, I've gotten lots of emails where, yo, bro, or yo, get lifted. And to me, that is not the way to make a first impression on reaching out to anybody. So, if you're not really good at putting together email submissions, you can always look for different templates online to get ideas. You can hire somebody. You can go on Fiverr to check out ways to properly submit and reach out to individuals when it comes to wanting placements. You definitely want to check for spelling errors, grammar mistakes, because that can reflect poorly on you. It can reflect on how serious you're taking your craft. And don't have incomplete sentences. Slang, to me, is not the appropriate type of language you want to use in order to get a collaboration with someone who is running a blog, a magazine, a website. You want to treat it as if you're going in for a job. Like, you want someone to work with you. You want somebody to work for you, because most bloggers, if you have good work, what they'll tend to do is they'll run that work, featured work, through their social medias, Twitter, talk about it on their Instagram. They may have a podcast. They may talk about you there. And so you want to make sure that your submission is taken serious by having that proper first impression and making sure that everything is spelled correctly, using complete sentences, avoiding using the slang. Definitely some of the key factors when it comes to reaching out to individuals to get featured on their blog spots, magazines, or websites. Now, the follow-up. I know that some people may think, oh my God, they didn't respond to me. Oh my God, I don't even know if they looked at my email yet. And that's all good, because a lot of people, like I said, bloggers receive a lot of emails. They receive submissions every single day. So it could take a few weeks before they even get back to you. So that's where you take that initiative and you follow up with them and just kind of put it on a calendar, to see if they've decided on what they want to cover for you, how the feature fits into their calendar. And if the blog has a follow-up policy, make sure you stick to that. If not, it's safe to send a follow-up email about a week or so later, and you kind of want to just be like, hey, I'm just reaching out. I don't, again, you want to make it professional. You don't want to make it seem like you're stalking. You don't want to make it seem like you're upset because they haven't gotten back to you yet. It can be as simple as, good afternoon. I hope your day is going well. I just wanted to follow up with you to see if my media would fit into your posting calendar in regards to being featured on your blog. And I just came up with that off the top of my head. So something professional and quick to the point. It makes you look good. It makes you look like you're serious in regards to what it is that you got going on for your craft. It shows eagerness. It shows that you're confident within your work and you feel like it should be featured on their blog. So make sure you follow up. And like I said, some blog spots will have a follow-up policy. You make sure you follow that policy. And if not, hit them up about a week or so later. Another thing you want to do is you want to build relationships with people who run these particular blogs, magazines, and websites. When you're building that relationship with them through going to check out what they have going on, supporting them on social medias, going to the blog before you ask for a submission, sharing some of the other work, the other featured work that's on their blog, familiarizing yourself with their content and other artists is almost like familiarizing yourself with the company that you're going to go interview for, the company that you want to work for, the company you want to invest in with stock. Like, that shows that not only are you interested in what they have going on, but you're not a selfish individual. So you want to find out who those bloggers are, who are the editors even on particular platforms, and reach out to them in other ways before you submit your work. And then that way they're like, you know what, I've seen this name before, and so let me check out what they have going on. And that's a great way to get that increased chance of being featured on their blog. And lastly, I want to talk about standing out. And standing out is something that, again, it separates you from the mass of emails that they're receiving every single day. So when I say stand out, try not to have your submission message so robotic. Personalize your message. It's vital to stand out amongst the competition. As I stated before, music blogs can receive dozens of, or even hundreds of music submissions a day. Like any email, the golden rule is to keep it simple, concise, straight to the point, polite, and personalize it. When you send the email by mentioning the writer per name, that definitely shows like, all right, this person did their research, they know who I am. Write a sentence or two that compliments their work, and let the writer know that you took the time not only to check out their social medias, but check out their content particularly, because a lot of blog spots and websites, they have more than one writer. So if you know the writer by name and you've taken that pretty much and placed that person by name within the email and reaching out to them, there's a good standing out point right there. So be sure to take that time to stand out, personalize your message, keep it simple, concise, straight to the point, polite, and I'm sure that it will be highly, highly effective for you to get that chance of being featured on their blog. If your media or material is high quality, if your music is high quality, you got good pictures, you submitted everything that a blogger would need, your performance name, stage name, your social media handles, links to your streaming sites if you have music out there on the streaming platforms like YouTube, and better yet, remember that EPK will cut down the mistakes and leaving something out within an email as well. As always, thank you for tuning into the Brain Box. Until next time, I am out. The Brain